I'm so honored to introduce my good friend, Whitney. She is a phenomenal trainer, speaker, entrepreneur, and I love Whitney's story so much, you guys, because she was an entrepreneur before this. She owned her own business. She knows what it's like to grind, to work, like actually work, not sit behind a screen, like actually hustle, move, like hours. And I think she has such an amazing team and such a huge impact because she sees the value of our system. Because if you guys have tried to build something online before by yourself, it is hard and you're alone and you don't have direction, and she's been there. Her biggest month is 23,000. She's so passionate about, her life has completely transformed, so she's so passionate about showing others this path because she knows what it can do. She knows the legacy it can create, and I'm so pumped up to just see her open this up because you guys are in for a treat. So please welcome Whitney to the stage.
Woo! Let's go! Come on, let's go! Let's go! Yes! Let's go! Let's go, fam! Let's go! Let's go! Yes! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Becca. Oh, I love you so much. That was so sweet. Y'all, good morning. Good morning. Grand rising, everybody. I mean, Colton knew what he was doing when he put me to open up the show on the Saturday morning, because I'm going to get y'all lit, okay? I'm going to get y'all lit. I need everybody to stand up. Everybody to stand up. And I want you to look to your partner left and right and behind and just congratulate each other on your abundance. Congratulate yourself on each other's abundance. We are so abundant. We are limitless. We are limitless. Okay? I am so privileged to be opening up Saturday Race to Freedom, and you all should feel very, very blessed to be here, right? To be in a room of people that are hungry, motivated, hydrated, and are really looking towards their future and have a bigger vision, because it took somebody to pour some vision into me and to really expand my vision. And that's why it's so important for you guys to be in this room, for you guys to come every time an event and bring other people with you, because your belief is going to inspire other people. Your decisions are going to impact other people's lives and their legacy and their children's lives. So as y'all can see, I'm wearing a shmoney dress. We're gonna be talking about blue faces today. And as you guys can see, drink water, get paid, okay? And understanding the patented compensation model. And I want to emphasize that this is patented, because who was confused when they started learning about the compensation plan? Raise your hand, be honest, raise your hand, right? I still am, right? Like, we're still learning, we're still evolving. So I'm wearing the blue face dress because I'm gonna be talking about money, and I'm so passionate. I feel like we don't talk about it enough. We don't talk about the opportunity enough. And y'all about to see me get real loud on my social medias, talking about the business, talking about the opportunity, because yes, we distribute these water machines to change people's lives, right? But the only way we change people's lives is if we get distributors that understand how the compensation plan works, how to really move the needle in the direction of their future. I mean, if you had at your job and you had bonus plans that were there available to you at your fingertips, wouldn't you want to know? And wouldn't you want to be able to articulate that so that your distributors and the people that you are bringing forward can have a true understanding, okay? So that's what we're going to be covering today. Let's see. There we go. Awesome. So that's my handle. Y'all can tag me on Instagram if I say something compelling, okay? My name is Whitney Solomoff, and my problem, you guys, was I was a working owner, okay? I was a working owner at a clothing boutique business. You guys can see down in the corner right there that that was the first day of my grand opening. And you guys can see my hair was wild and crazy. It's because I literally didn't sleep all night. I was tagging that entire store, couldn't figure out how to work the printer. That started my entrepreneurial journey, okay? I jumped off the cliff. I left corporate America. I was working at corporate America for about a decade in fashion and retail. I was growing teams, producing numbers, managing, and opening up stores. So my problem was that I wanted to leave corporate. Say aye if you guys have a corporate job that y'all want to leave. Yeah, come on, like, give it to me. I need that energy exchange, okay? I heard someone over here screaming like, I got to go. So yes, that's what I'm talking about. I love that. Give me that energy exchange, you guys, because it's all reciprocal, okay? So I wanted to leave corporate, and I had personal loss. Who has ever had personal loss in their life? Raise your hand. Everybody in this room has had personal loss. And I endured tons of personal loss when my entrepreneurial journey started. And I want to say their names: Andrew Negretti, Margaret Negretti, Daniel Solomoff, and Vanessa Morlett. You guys have to turn this pain into power. You guys have to use it as a force that's going to propel you instead of pull you back. I use that force and I use that passion to start my entrepreneurial journey, okay? And I know that we all have personal loss, but I want you guys to really take that and turn that pain into your power, turn it into fire, turn it into fuel, because now I get to live in my purpose. I get to say these people's names, and I heard a saying that nobody ever really dies if you continue to talk about them. So talk about the people that you love. Talk about the legacy that you are building in their honor, because I would not be on this stage if it was not for Vanessa Morlett, if it wasn't for somebody who believed in me, if it wasn't for somebody who literally poured water into me, right? It's crazy. So I was a working owner. I had no time freedom. I had big overhead, okay? I was still trading my time for money. Next slide. And my solution, you guys, I found eNagic. Okay, I found eNagic, and I started this. I got my machine in about mid-2019. I had no idea what I was doing. We did not have the systems that we have today. Like, round of applause for the systems and all of the programs, the boot camps, right? The software. We are so spoiled. We are beyond spoiled. And I want to thank Colton for really creating this community of leaders that band together, because it's far and few between. I think that's what makes us so powerful, is that our leadership, and that we are really a family, and that we all really work together, and we have so many gifts. When we're building the infrastructure of the new world, we need leaders. And that's why you guys really need to understand this compensation plan, because we're in the business of empowering and lifting others, and we're not talking about this enough. So I looked at my numbers the other day. I've earned over $305,000 since I started this in mid-2019, okay? 193,000 of that has been paid out in commissions. 112,000 of that is accounts receivable, and we're going to talk about accounts receivable and why you guys need them. Now I have time freedom. I just got back from a trip from Spain. I was in Turks and Caicos in July, making money while traveling. It was my dream, because I had those four walls of my boutique that I couldn't escape. And I don't care if you're a doctor. I don't care if you're a lawyer. If you are still in bondage with your time, don't get it twisted. We're in this to make an impact. But when we make a huge impact in the world, massive income follows. What are we going to do with that income? That income is going to allow us to have more time freedom in our life, and that's the true bag, okay? Time freedom is the true bag. Yes, I got some snaps for that. So I'm working from Wi-Fi, little overhead, and duplicatable systems that work for you. All right, I'm going to go through it. So a global opportunity, you guys, there is over a 72% payout in our company. Did you guys know that? 72%, 54% of that is in the 8 points. We are not a pyramid. Say I if somebody says, is this a pyramid scheme? Right? Like, is this a pyramid scheme? I'm like, yo, dude, pyramid schemes are illegal, okay? Yes, they have a bad rap from like the 90s, but really, this took me understanding. I had to really understand this and wrap my way about how to make this type of income because I have never earned it. I'd either worked for corporate, traded my time for money and had a salary, or I was a working business owner and had to bust my butt to be in business for over 6 years. 54% of the payout is in the 8 points. We're going to talk about that. We're based on points, okay? We're not based on volume. There's no triangle, there's nobody at the top. You bring somebody in, they could potentially outpace you, and that's what you want, right? You want to find somebody that has the ability to be better than you. 18% of the payout is in the bonus comp plan. Next slide. So the 8-point system, every time a machine is sold, there are 8 points of commission that get dispersed. And we're gonna be talking about the K8. And we're gonna be talking about the different evaluations that come with the different products that we sell, okay? So specifically the K8. Who owns a K8? Raise your hand. Okay, look at this room. I know, y'all hydrated, beautiful, using that beauty water, I can tell. So we got the 1As, 2As, 3As, 4As, 5As, 6A. 1A, A stands for agent, okay? I like to say this mirrors after real estate. Do you want to be the broker or do you want to be the agent? Well, you have the opportunity. Well, really, we're both, right? Because we have upstreams and downstreams, but I want to be the broker, right? I want to have lots of agents to receive overrides. So every time you sell a machine, there are 8 points of commission that get dispersed. With the K8, it's $340 per point. So one point, right? You get $340. On your second promotion, which is only on your third direct sale, you guys, you get a promotion of $680, and so on and so forth. And I'm gonna go, if we go to the next slide, I'll be able to break it down. So your first 2 sales, you guys make $340, and those are mandatory positions, meaning, I'm gonna use the example, I sold a machine to my mom. I got $340. That was great. That was one of my first 2 sales. I sold another product to myself. I bought the turmeric, and the commission value for the turmeric is $100, so I got $100 back for that. And I satisfied those first 2 positions, which is so important. And we're gonna have somebody training about the trifecta and how you can double your commission. I'm not gonna go into that, but you do have that potential. So on my third direct sale, I met my friend Steven. And Steven, I made $680 when I sold my machine to Steven. I thought that was great, right? I was like, cool, $680. Well, Steven's in real estate, and he was like, I know people who can benefit from this. I was on a trip in Costa Rica, and Steven sold 6 machines. So I received $680 times 6. Wow, you guys, I had my machine paid off so quickly through referrals that I personally didn't even make. That's the leverage in this business, okay? That's the leverage. That's why you want to be educating people about the comp plan so they understand where they're going, how they're going to get there, and that they're going to get in a car with you and that you know where you're going, okay? So when your group hits a total of 10 direct sales, you get another point. So 340 times 3, what is it? Shout it out. 1,020. I know, maybe everybody needs this training. You guys don't know. Come on, 3A, 1,020, right? You get 1,020. 340 times 3 is 1,020. And I had moved up to 10 because Steven made 6 sales and I made 4. Do you guys get that? You guys get paid on direct and indirect sales, okay? And then when your group hits a 20, okay? When your group hits 20 on your 21st direct sale, you are opening up $1,360 franchise lanes, okay? That's huge. That's life-changing money. If you think about how much it takes you to earn $1,360 at your job, J-O-B, I like to say just over broke, okay? Because, like, think of that. You sell a machine. I sold a machine to a guy I met on social media, Martin. And Martin has, I think, close to 40 sales in his organization. So I received over 40 checks that ranged between $1,360 down to $340. It depends on where it comes in where the sale happens in the organization and how many points are allocated to that person based on where they sold in that franchise lane. Okay, so that's only 20 20 total sales, you guys. 98% of people that hit the rank of 4A, they hit the top rank of our company because there are some people under you that are selling machines. Like my friend Gracie, she sold 10 machines, and out of those 10 people, 90 sales were generated. That's the leverage in this business, you guys. So once your group hits a total of 50 sales, on your 51st, you get another promotion. So 340 times 5, what is it? Yell it out. We bing, 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 right? We got some people that know the comp plan. $1,700, okay? That's amazing. $1,700? Are you kidding me? And then once your group hits a total of 100 sales, okay, then you forever get to open 2,040 franchise lanes, and we're gonna go into that. This chart is really confusing. Have you guys seen this chart before? Like, right, it's kind of confusing, but I like to make it very easy for you guys. There are only 8 points, and they pay from the bottom up. They pay from the bottom up. So the points roll up, okay? So where the sale happens depends on how many points you get. Every single sale is different. Once the 8 points are gone, no more commissions gets dispersed. Unless you're a 6A with the bonus comp plan, and we're gonna be educating you about that. And you're like, well, I don't want the sales to run, I don't want the commissions and points to run out. Yes, you do, because that means that you're building leaders. And what do we need to create the infrastructure in this world, in our community? We need leaders, okay? Next slide. So I'm gonna break it down for you. You guys can take some pictures of this. So you sell to somebody as a 6A. We got some 6As in the room? Yeah, raise your hand. Yes, right? I'm telling you, you guys, just wait till you get 6A. It's a different ball game, okay? It's like, wow, like this potential is just, it's limitless. It's infinite, as are you. Okay? So you sell to somebody as a 6A, so 6 times $340 is $2,040. You help them make 20 sales, and you get 20 checks that are gonna range anywhere from $340 to $680 to $1,020. It just depends where that sale has happened in the organization, because once you sell a machine to somebody, and that's a franchise lane that you're opening, every single machine is a franchise that you're opening, and any sale that happens in that organization, you get the points to which lane that you sold them in, your 1A lane, 2A lane, 3A lane, 4A lane, 5A, 6A. You never know, because like with Steven, he kind of pushed me up to 3A faster, right? So then I was actually able to make higher commissions faster because I received overrides from one of my downstreams. So you help them make 20 sales, you're gonna be getting 20 checks, ranging anywhere between $340, $680, $1,020. On their 21st direct sale, okay, they now take 4 of the 8 points, because there were only 8 points to be dispersed. So you may be thinking, all right, I'm gonna be getting another $2,040 check, but you're not, because there's a transfer of points. So they start to take the points, and then they take 4 points, and you take 4 points. That's a total of 8 points, right? Because they became 4A, there are only 8 points to be distributed, they get 4 of the points roll from the bottom up, and then you get whatever points are left. Does that make sense? So now, yes, 4 times 340 equals 1360. I want to tell you guys a quick little story. My fiance he's in this business, okay? He sold 1 machine. And I want you guys to listen to this. I want you guys to listen to the power of this. He is very successful. He runs his own HVAC mechanical business. He's working right now. And that's the problem, right? Yep. You still gotta work. You still gotta work on the weekends. And when you're an entrepreneur, it's like having the weight of the world on your shoulders. So I'm like, babe, what are you gonna do when I start making $100,000 a month? Right? Because like that's the direction that we're all going. And if you don't believe it, I want you to put that limiting belief out of your mind. We are infinite. We are powerful, okay? I never spoke on stage until 2020, if you could believe it. February 2020 was the first time that I stepped on stage. Because of this water, because of this business, because of the self-development that's wrapped into this, I get to become the best version of myself. And now I'm gonna be doing this mastermind with Eric Worre, $25,000. Oh my gosh. But you know what? I'm rich. And we're gonna make that 25K back in a month. So I want you to get these limiting beliefs out of your head and think about the potential of you and your network and the people that you're bringing in. So my fiance sold to somebody as a foray, and I said, get in now or forever hold your peace. Because I know that this person is gonna be introducing me to people that I wanna work with. And for those of you who are introducing this and educating, you are doing your customers a disservice if you're not educating them about the tax benefit, if you're not educating them about how they can sell 10 machines and get a machine for free, that, hey, they can learn to do what you do, you can teach them, or they can just refer. That's what my fiance did. He referred me to one person. He now has almost 40 sales in his organization from selling to one person. Do you guys understand that? It was in his 1A leg. So, how many checks has he received? 40 times 340, because it was in his 1A franchise lane. Does that make sense? So when he goes 6A, he will have earned an extra. Let's do the math, all right? 340 times 100. How much is that? $34,000. Who doesn't want an extra $34,000 in their pocket for connecting the upstream to the right person? Right? Speak it, educate them. Don't just send them a video, talk with them. Have intentional conversations. I asked Gracie and Steven, my first two builders, why did you decide to do this business with me? I had no results. I looked like the crazy water person, right? I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't understand this structure. And you know what they said? They said it was the belief and the vision and the trust that I instilled. That when I was talking with Steven and we were reviewing the trifecta, the comp plan, talking about like how many people we both knew and who it could benefit, and he came in with 3 K8s paid in full. Who doesn't want somebody to start their business and come in with 3 K8s paid in full? Come on. So talk about the vision. Talk about how they're gonna be getting their money back, because that's all they're concerned with in the beginning, you know? And those people that you do see the potential building this business with, let them know. Hey, you don't have to be like me on stage. Connect me to your network. And I'm telling you, once people get those 1,020, 1,360 checks, they're gonna be like, hello? I wanna learn a little bit more about this, right? Next slide. So I was on a catamaran in Ibiza. I love these conversations now. I was just at the leadership dinner and I was just like, I've dreamt about this. Don't ever forget where you came from. Most people don't know that I lived in a 200 square foot back room for 4 years, just 3 years ago. My fiance and I building our business in 200 square feet with a 75-pound pit bull. We got mad at each other. There's nowhere to go. You like go like this, and like that's it. That's all you can do. But that pain and that vision, it's up to you. I was hurting so bad that I literally saw this project and I knew in the depths of my soul, I could see it before anybody else can see it. I talk with conviction, I talk with vision, and I call in my family, my tribe, that is gonna create this structure with me. And it's so important that you guys understand how the compensation and the money plan works. So going back to Ibiza, I think about this and I was like, wow, we were the youngest people that qualified for this trip. And we were there with about, I don't know, 65, very successful, we're talking $1 billion company with multimillionaires we're standing alongside with. And I heard there was this man that sold one of his companies for upwards of $100 million. That was like, heard it through the HVAC streets. I was like, whoa, who do I need to talk to around here, right? And we're on this boat, and I went up to him and I said, look, I'm an entrepreneur. I know we are in completely different industries, but what advice can you give me to be growing my business? And you want to know what he said? He was so modest, so humble. He said, Build teams of people. Help others achieve their goals. Make them feel valued. And you will gain everything beyond your wildest dreams. That hit. That hit. Because people think that this is a pyramid. People think that this is a scam. And you guys need to be more vocal about how this is conscious consumerism. You actually know where your money's going. You don't know where your money's going when you're buying from Costco. You don't know where your money's going when you're buying, well, Jeff Bezos with Amazon, right? Would you rather put money into the pockets of big business, or would you rather empower families and change lives and paint that vision for somebody else and what they can achieve? Yes. Yes. You guys can will this business down to your children. You guys can will this business down to your children. The EAPA, I'm not doing a training on that, but you can get the EAPA and you can start earning money back for your children's college fund. I've never heard of that before. So really making sure that you guys are empowering, educating, because it comes down to us. The buck stops with us. And like I said, if it wasn't for one person who believed in me, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be standing here. I wouldn't have made this decision to embark on this business and decide that I was gonna stop being on Entrepreneur Island, lonely, working all the time, stressed. I had already built teams of people with corporate. Why couldn't I do it here? Why couldn't I create a legacy with other people? These two back rows, these are all the water gang back there, right? Like, there are people here that are still in Vanessa's downstream that I'm mentoring because it's about legacy, because it's about that account is going to her 15-year-old son. The month that she passed away, I think she earned almost $10,000. The following month, I think it was close to that as well. So we're talking about something that can outlive you. A lot of times you wouldn't be able to pass your business, your brick and mortar business. I guess you could, but that you still have to work. We're talking about passive income here, which is something that I had never experienced. And a lot of people will think it's too good to be true. But this is where you guys need to be not just sending the videos, but having these articulate conversations. I mean, like, do you understand? Are you open to learning how to get your machine for free? I mean, even if you're like, you could just get the machine, get the tax deduction, and I can help you. My fiance, on his way to 6A, sold one machine. How wild is that, okay? Next slide. So commission evaluations, take pictures of this. We're gonna go through really quick. So K8 is paid in full. We're gonna talk about paid in full and financing. So paid in full, when you get a paid in full check, each point is worth $340. SC 501 and platinum, paid in full, is $285 per point. Remember, you get paid up to 6 points depending on where the sale happens. The Anespa, the shower model, is $185 per point. The Ukon Sigma is $100 per point. And the Ukon DD, paid in full, is $40, but you don't get a check until it accumulates to $160. And I hear that, Ukon Sigma is what we recommend to get. That's the year one. But you guys can ask your upstream, and I think we have a training on the Ukon, so I'm not going to touch too much on that. Next slide. So next slide is financed. Accounts receivable. Every business needs accounts receivable, you guys. This is so important. And I know the checks aren't as big as the paid in full, right? And we kind of get bummed out. We're like, oh, it's financed. You guys, don't. If the sale is coming down to whether they're going to pay in full or not get it, or they're going to finance or not get it, finance them. Don't hold it back, because accounts receivable is good. Who gets checks in the mailbox from accounts receivable? Raise your hand. And those checks are nice, right? So when you finance, the K8 is financed, you get a check for $50. The SC501 Platinum financed, you get $50. Super 501 financed, you get $50. Anespa financed, you get $50. Ukon financed, you get $50. And Ukon DD financed, you get $40. Again, it pays out when it gets $160. So what do you mean accounts receivable? That means that they are gonna pay you out a little bit in the beginning, but the bulk is gonna happen when they pay their machine off. So whether they choose the 3 or the 24-month plan or any plans in between that, you're gonna get paid the difference once they pay their machine off. So example, you sell a K8 in your 1A lane, you're gonna get $50 up front, and then $290 when it gets paid off, okay? Does that make sense? And that is per point, okay? So accounts receivable is good. Every business needs accounts receivable. It means that you're basically growing a savings account that is, you're gonna get checks sprinkled on you, like this. More like we're making it rain, not a little sprinkle or a light drizzle, okay? I know, I see some of you, I went on vacation, I came back, I was in Spain, I came back, I had $8,000 in my mailbox, checks like this. I was like, I love this. Why didn't anybody tell me about this? Why didn't anybody explain this to me, right? So important. Next slide. And this is really big. Take a picture of this, you guys. So D1 and SP, so there are actually like ranks. SP stands for special point, and when you are active, you get the special point. The way that you are active is you either have a UCON under you, and that makes your account always active, or you make a direct sale every 90 days. Does that make sense? So take a picture. I'm not going to go through all of the evaluations. You guys can see the different numbers, and then the special point that comes along with it. SP, the special point, is a minimum of 1 direct sale every 90 days. So when you do that, you get the special point and D1. D1, if you drop down to D1, that means you have not had a direct sale in 90 days. So that means that you lose your SP point. D0 means you have no direct sales. You have no direct sales for 6 months. You get a 50% cut without SP. And F, we know F stands for failure. No direct sales after 2 years, 100% cut. So just one next slide, and I think that's it. So, and this is it, you guys. I'm Whitney Marie. And I like to say, if you know about this water, you're lucky. If you own this water, you are blessed. And if you decide to share this water with the world, you are chosen. On the count of 3, I want you guys to say, I am lucky, I am blessed, I am chosen. Okay? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, I am lucky, I am blessed, I am chosen. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much.